Yeah,
this really gets me because my dad,
Yeah.
wow, he dresses up like a cowboy, and there's like no historical basis for that whatsoever. Like he has a great big old turquoise Star of David with a silver belt buckle on it. It's like whoopee-I-yo, chaye.
That's funny.
That's Roseanne Barr. In January of 1987, a year and a half earlier, she finished her first set on that stage and walked off without saying one word to Johnny Carson. He could have let that be the end of it, but he didn't. By 1992, in his final week on the air, she'd be the one asking him not to go. August of 1985, the guest list that Friday night had a movie actor on it and a man who'd just gone over Niagara Falls in a barrel and lived. Her husband worked at the post office. The show had a man for this. Jim McCauley's job was deciding who was ready for Johnny. He'd seen her at the Comedy Store. The third name was the one nobody had heard of.
We got a good show for you tonight. We have a very talented young lady. It is tough to find comedians. There are more young fellows doing comedy, but occasionally you run across a young lady who's very amusing. Roseanne Barr is with us tonight.
Roseanne had been in Los Angeles about 2 weeks. 5 years before any of this, she'd first gone up at an open mic in Denver. All she knew now was that the phone had rung.
I'm always glad on a Friday night when we have somebody new who does comedy, because Friday night audiences are good for comedians. She's a housewife from Denver, Colorado, who started appearing at a local nightclub called the Comedy Works in Denver about 3 or 4 years ago. And she moved out here to Hollywood, where she's been working at the Comedy Store. And this is her very first appearance on national television. Would you welcome Roseanne Barr?
I've been married for 13 years, and let me tell you, it's a thrill to be out of the house. I never get out of the house. I stay home all the time. I never do anything fun because I'm a housewife. I hate that word, housewife. I prefer to be called domestic goddess. I feel it's more descriptive.
New to television, not new to the work, Mitzi Shore had already made her a headliner. The clubs in town knew exactly who she was.
So you guys like impressions? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, good, because I do them. Okay, I'd like to give you my impression of Miss Barbara Streisand. I think she is very talented and seems like a nice person. Well, that's the impression I get.
That was the part she could do. On that show, the set and the couch were two different things. The set was a booking. Being called over was Johnny Carson telling the country he'd made up his mind about you.
Who's Margot's? That's Roseanne Barr. Funny lady. We'll be back. Stay where you are.
The way she tells it, the panic had started long before she went on. Johnny waved her toward the couch. She never made it that far. She was out of the building. 11 weeks later, she stood on that stage a second time. By her account, there was an instruction waiting in her dressing room this time. Johnny wanted her at the panel when she was done, and he didn't want her leaving the way she had before. In August, he'd told the audience who she was. Now he told them what he thought of her.
You're the perfect audience for this young lady. She's a young housewife from Denver, and she started performing stand-up comedy at the Comedy Works out in Denver. And she moved to Hollywood and appears at the Comedy Store, and we introduced her to television a couple of months ago, and we thought she was marvelous. So would you welcome, please, Roseanne Barr.
The husband in the act was real. The wife was the invention.
Like my husband, he bugs me about housework and that, Like he'll go, Roseanne, well, maybe if you start now, you could have a clean house by Christmas. Who am I, June Cleaver? The day I worry about cleaning my house is when Sears comes out with a riding vacuum cleaner.
Once a year, on his birthday, she made him the same promise.
I say, today I'm going to be the wife you always wanted me to be. And I'll say really nice stuff to him just to build up his ego, out of pure love. Like I'll say, God, honey, you're so incredibly handy with those power tools. Why, Ethan Allen himself couldn't have handcrafted a finer spice rack. You think you could get the lid off this jar? I'm just so weak, you big, strong man, you. You know, because women, we lie to men all the time, you know. It's not that we mean to or anything. It's just that it takes too long to explain the truth.
And this time, she didn't run. By her telling, she froze. All she could get out was, "Thank you so much, Mr. Carson. I'm not even funny." But she stayed in the chair. There was another name on the bill that night. The musical guest was Julio Iglesias. She said he asked her to go on tour with him, and she went. Johnny kept bringing her back. By the time she walked back out, the stage wasn't strange anymore. She's credited those bookings with everything that came after, a manager and her own hour on HBO before the year was out. The act hadn't changed much. Everything around it had. Lauren Bacall was booked that night too.
So he tells me for the anniversary, you know, here's what he says. Well, Roseanne, for the anniversary, I'm getting you a subscription to Good Housekeeping magazine. I says, I don't read fiction. But a clean house is very important to my husband, and someday I hope he finds one. So. But I like reading those women's magazines and everything. You know, they give you a lot of, like, diet and recipe advice and all that kind of thing. I wish they'd give more practical advice in there, though. Like, you know, 101 new places to hide dirt and 50 holiday meals that kids can prepare while you sleep.
The delivery was slower than it had been in 1985. She'd stopped racing the clock.
Speaking of recipes, though, you guys want my recipe for trail mix? It's really the best. You got a pencil? It's the best, I swear. Okay, plain M&Ms, Kraft caramels, and peanut M&Ms. Well, it gets me over those mountains, you know.
The first time she stood out here, she couldn't cross to that chair. Now her voice got there before she did.
Hiya.
Funny as usual. How are you? Good to see
I'm
you.
real good. How are you?
I'm just fine.
Do you like
Things
my hair?
Yes, that's very nice.
Oh, thanks.
Why do you change it all the
Yeah,
time?
I got one of them Beverly Hills coiffers.
Oh, expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coiffers.
You know, that does your hair, so I feel pretty cute and everything.
Yeah. Instead of a hairdresser, when they get to be a coiffer, it's more expensive, I would guess, right?
I think so. It's like 50 cents more, I think.
Yeah.
She'd grown up Jewish in Salt Lake City.
I swear, it was really hard to be Jewish there, Johnny, because, like, for our synagogue, we had to sublet space out of a photo mat booth and everything, you know? And I asked my rabbi, I said, Rabbi Christensen.
Rabbi Christensen?
I said, do you think that God really loves me? He says, of course he does, Roseanne. He's just not ready to make any heavy commitment.
A moment later, she got to her father. The cowboy outfit, the turquoise Star of David, the whole thing you saw at the start. It cost Johnny 15 seconds of his own show. Then he asked her what the money had bought.
What are you doing with all your money? Are you going out and buy something that you ordered?
I get takeout food a lot.
That's your luxury?
I call for that, yeah. And, well, I'm looking for a maid and that kind of deal.
Well, that's good. That's good. Anyway, much success.
Thank you.
Hope you come back as often as you'd like.
I would love to.
Okay.
He meant it, and he had 5 years left to prove it. May of 1992. Roseanne had her own show by then. Her name was on it. Johnny Carson had 3 shows left. Bette Midler came the next night, and the night after that, he signed off for good. She'd been watching him since she was a girl. Her father, the cowboy, let her stay up for the monologue, as long as the homework was done.
Why do you do this? Why do you have to quit?
Well, that's nice of you.
We don't want you to.
Hey, that's sweet. I'll tell you what. I want to quit while I'm on top of my game. Somebody asked Beverly Silsworth, the wonderful opera singer. She was at a party one night, and she says, I would much rather have people say to me, Beverly, why did you quit? Rather than, why didn't you quit singing? You know? So I think you go when everything is going great and you still enjoy it.
He'd answered the question. She hadn't finished asking it.
Well, yeah, but what are we all supposed to do?
Well, you just have to try and find some other activities. Anyway, that's sweet of you to say that anyway. I know you mean it.
Yeah, it just feels like, wow, you know, I mean, you were there for everything in my whole life, you know, like you were there for the wars and Watergate and
That's right.
Richard Nixon and everything else.
Now you're gone. It's like, what in the hell am I going to do?
Yeah.
I thought of doing a show, but I wouldn't want celebrities on it, you know?
Yeah.
Did you ever get bored, like talking to, because celebrities are pretty boring, you probably don't think so, but.
Oh, I don't. It depends on the person, of course. We've had just as much on the show, and some of our best shows have been with people we call civilians, only because they're not in show business. People who come on and do unusual things, or and sometimes are the best interviews.
Those are the funniest.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the bird calls, I always like that.
She had an opinion about the famous people. She wanted to know his.
Yeah. But did you ever sit there like thinking when somebody was talking like I'm doing now? Did you ever sit there and like think, oh, what a stupid bitch?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's funny, you'll be sitting and you kind of, and all of a sudden I think, I wonder if they know what I'm thinking. I mean,
In 1985, a housewife from Denver did 7 minutes on national television and went straight out the door. Johnny Carson booked her again anyway, and again, right through to the end. On one of the last nights he ever sat behind that desk, he sent her off with an instruction.
thank you for coming tonight, really.
Oh,
You've had
thank
a
you for
marvelous
having
career,
me.
And you've